Hi YouTube! I just got done watching Armored Skeptic's video about Francesca Ramsey, and that kind of inspired me to, pop out of the woodwork and actually make a fucking video for once. Now this is going to be a topic that maybe not all of you are interested in. It's going to be about my experience and perspective on the whole SJW thing. And I know that's not the most popular thing to talk about, but it's some emotional baggage I wanted to get off my chest for a while, and Armored Skeptic's video is a perfect segue into that, so whatever. If you don't want to hear about SJWs, anti-SJWs, I mean, personally, you can have whatever opinion on that you want, and I'm not offended. It's, I might disagree with you, but I completely support your right to say whatever the fuck you want. I mean, it's a free country. That's kind of what I like about it. But, anyway, here goes. Armored Skeptic made a video, which I hope that I'll link below, where he talks about his dealings with Francesca Ramsey, where he thought that they were becoming friends and that they were going to start having an open dialogue, and then it just turns out that she was manipulating the situation so that perhaps that he would think that. She had very different ideas about what their interactions were going to lead to than he did. And in my experience, now some people are in the whole, I guess you could say, SJW camp, because they're very passionate and they believe what they're talking about, and they're very emotional about it, and I can completely understand and relate to that. I mean, I've been there too. I think the only reason I moved away from that kind of thinking is that I've had some bad experiences with people who've manipulated my emotional passion to hurt me and to move towards their own gain. So it's kind of like, I have this terrible habit of just sort of like, when something fucks me up, I like never touch it again, which is why I guess I'm not making as many videos and stuff like that. Anyway, rambling. The tactics used by Francesca Ramsey against Armored Skeptic, I've experienced firsthand. See, in my experience with the manipulative types, the types who don't necessarily care about what they're saying, the types that more want to be in a position of power than actually care about any sort of issue and are just sort of riding the bandwagon because there's a lot of people who are passionate about it who they can sort of like direct in a negative way. I've had experiences with someone like that, someone who I'm not going to name because I absolutely hate this person, even though they're the reason I'm with my husband because he's great and they weren't. But, going on, from my experience, the good ones, at least, the ones that are really good at the manipulation, they try to get close to you emotionally. They want you to feel like they are your friend, so that when they say, oh, that's offensive, or when they bring up a point of contest, that you're less likely to dispute it because you're emotionally compromised. It goes from, oh, look great, how great it is to be friends, and then all of a sudden, this is offensive, that's offensive, you can't do that, this is the wrong thing, why would you think this, why would you do this other thing? Everything you say and do starts to come into question. And this is one of the reasons that even though I kind of hate Steve Shives, I also feel very sorry for him. Because you can see that this is what the woman in his life has done to him. Everything he does is terrible, and nothing he ever does will be good enough. And I've been in that situation, and I feel terrible for him. That doesn't stop me from getting mad that he changed the title of one of his shows because apparently using the word stupid is offensive to disabled people, which I took offense to because, Steve, do I look stupid to you? If you have to clarify that disabled people are not stupid, doesn't that say more about what you think than what I'm capable of doing with my mentality? But, see, he's not worried about that because he's so caught up in pleasing this person in his life who will absolutely never be pleased. This is how they get you. This is how I was duped in my experience, and the only reason that it didn't take me in completely is because after a certain point, this person thought they had me to the point where they could just show complete disregard for my emotional well-being when I had been so attentive and caring for theirs. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. These people dupe you. They want you to want their affection. And then they twist it like a knife in your gut and they fuck you with it. And this is my experience with it. This is why I don't like to get into the whole SJW thing, because, I mean, look what happened to Lacey Green. I've never been a fan of Lacey Green. I always thought she was sort of like vapid and her boobs and all this stuff. And really, that was just me being petty. If you're watching this, Lacey, like, your boobs are fine. You're cool. And, you know, whatever. Like, I have no personal experience with Lacey Green. She has no experience with me. We've never talked. We've never had a reason to talk. And still I had these sort of, like, petty ideas about her. And, yeah, I feel bad about it. But, you know, I'm coming clean even though most people didn't even know about that. Whatever. But, see, the whole thing with Harmon Skeptic and Francesca Ramsey, it sort of reminds me of this relationship I had with this other person. And it makes me notice that that's kind of how they get you. It's an emotional thing. It seems like these manipulators are hiding in a crowd of well-intentioned people, directing them to do things that, at the very least, are distasteful in the name of some sort of, like, intangible equality that they seem to believe that we can never reach. And I'm just carrying on too much. I'm going to quit. I've been having trouble sleeping the last few days, but I wanted to put out a video. If SJW things aren't your topic, then I'll try to put it in the title so you don't have to watch anything that you don't want to. But anyway, thanks, and have a lovely day, everybody. And I love you all, and thank you so much.